Sir,
Sir,
what do you expect from government? What kind of help can the government give businesses, especially the SMEs, in terms
Well,
of fulfilling the requirements for getting the workers back to
well,
work?
we realize that there are some protocols that you have to follow, no?
Right.
But then if you pass it on all to the employers, especially those who are not or having difficulty already
Right.
operating, most
Yes.
of them, then you're basically telling we're not interested that you operate.
For example,
There's
shuttle service, for example, is that something that can be provided for easily by the companies? Realistically,
Of course not. The 90%, that is why you had a lot of cars
kaya
in
nga,
the
sir,
street.
eh. So
Yung mga may
what do you
kotse,
suggest
they start
government do?
bringing,
Yeah.
uh,
So what do you
and
suggest government do? Halimbawa, kasi what,
well,
how else they can,
as I said, if they have a clue on how to arrange I think the problem is they didn't allow because they do not know how many was going out. They do not know how to do it. Yung transportation, because obviously it was something that should have been prepared. Can you imagine people walking from Caloocan to
yeah,
Manila
yes,
just to
yes,
yes.
be able to go,
Mm.
and then and some people be going to the office and hindi naman pala, and their office is not yet open,
yes.
Mm.
and
Mm.
there was no communication. And that's why a lot of people went out
Uh-huh.
because they're all excited to get out of
Yeah.
and yet there is nowhere to go to.
Was it just
Sir,
a
I think
matter of
it's
preparing you, giving you time to prepare for the fulfillment of these requirements? Halimbawa, would you say that you will be ready with a shuttle service, the mass testing
Mm,
or
mm.
voluntary testing by, say, July? Is it just a matter of time that you
Well,
need, or do you
w-
really need financial support even for these requirements?
as I said, 90% are micro. Definitely, a lot of them need support. A lot of them are not really planning to open up yet
Mm,
because
mm.
they can't afford it.
Yes.
mm.
Obviously, the bigger ones, the upper side of the about 8.5% is small. There are those who can afford shuttle service, who can rent, and the big ones, of course, But these are the malls. These are
Yes.
the people who can shuttle them. But imagine, how do you shuttle people, especially if you're a small one, when some of your workers are coming from Bulacan, some of the
Outside.
Bulacan,
people
Mm.
are coming from
Laguna.
Cavite.
Cavite.
Yes.
Uh,
Mm,
how do you provide shuttle
Exactly.
service for them?
mm,
So it's
mm,
impossible. It has really got to be arrange bus transportation,
mm,
and it should have been studied well,
mm.
how to be able to pipe in the mass transportation. But I don't think they
Were
have a
you, I
clue
mean,
on what
yes,
to
but
do.
you say you think, and that's your perception. But were you consulted? Were the Employers Confederation and the businessmen and the entrepreneurs and the industry leaders, as far as you can tell, were you consulted on how to open up and what will be the needs of the people?
Well, mostly we are reactionary. They come up with a decision, and then we come up with suggestion. We were saying
Mm.
that sana in the IATF,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they were using some of the uh, ano,
Recommendations.
no, some of the business people already there in the
Mm, mm, mm.
discussion itself. You
Yes.
have people like Joey Concepcion.
Yes.
Mm.
But they're not in the discussion. Of course, we come up with the recommendation, and you remember the lockout, the
Mm.
first day that it was lockout, that
Yes.
they
Mm.
decided in the afternoon, they announced it, and then the next day it was
Blackout
effective.
na. Yes.
Mm.
And then they expect people coming from the province returning
Yes.
home
Yes.
to
Yes,
present
right.
papers
Daming
that they
stranded.
didn't even know that that they will be no, when they come back. If these things were properly relayed and properly, with the business sector, they would be, But the problem is the decision on the recovery of the economy. I'm not don't know who's going to decide. Is this the expertise of the Department of Health,
Yeah.
or the military? This one. So why if we were going to open up the business and there was expectation, we would have said that, why don't you use experts to plan out how to do the mass transportation, because that is a important factor there. Otherwise, you're just saying, well, we from ECQ, you are now MECQ, but actually it's saying, well, only those who can afford shuttle can work.
Yes.
But
Sir Luis,
there's very few of them.